Hello dear friends, in this Unity tutorial we will create a health bar. After watching this video you will be able to create a health bar easily. First we will create a UI object for the health bar. Then we will write a C# script to control the health bar. Additionally, we will add an update animation to the health bar using .win. We will also add color gradients into the health bar. Okay, let's start by creating the health bar UI. As you can see, we have an empty scene. We will create everything from scratch together. We have a white square and a circle object. Right click on the hierarchy panel and create an image object. I'm gonna call it fill. Set the size of the image. Drag and drop the square sprite here. You can change the color of the image. I will set the image type to filled. I will change the fill method to horizontal. The fill amount property of an image component represents the fill amount of the image as a normalized value between 0 and 1. For example, if the fill amount is set to 0.5, the image will be filled halfway. If it's set to 1, the image will be completely filled. And if it's set to 0, the image will be completely empty. I want to add a background to the fill image. Duplicate the fill image. Change the color as black. And change the image type to simple. To send the background object behind the fill object, I will move it above the fill object. I'm gonna create an empty object named health bar. And drag and drop the background and fill object into the health bar. Let's quickly take a look at the filled image type feature. You already know the fill amount property. You can change the fill origin to left or right. And you can change the fill method to vertical. The radial method is used for circular objects. We will provide an example soon. We will change the fill amount based on the player's health value through code. Okay, let's create the health bar script. Select the canvas object and click on the add component to create a new script. Let's open the script and remove the unnecessary parts. I will create float variables named max health and current health. And at the start of the game, I will set the current health value to the maximum health value. I will create an image variable to hold the fill image. As you can see, the UI library is automatically added. If it's not added, you can add it manually. I will add the serialized field attribute to be able to assign through the inspector panel. I've created a public function named update health. And I will create a function named update health bar to change the fill amount value of the fill image. As you know, the fill amount value ranges between 0 and 1. So I will divide the current health value by the maximum health value to reach its normalized value. And I will set the fill amount value of the fill image to the target fill amount value. And I will call the update health bar function every time the health value changes. Okay, save and go back to Unity. Drag and drop the fill object to the slot. I have created 4 buttons to change the health value. I'm gonna add a click event to the buttons. Drag and drop the canvas object here because it has the health bar script. And I will send the parameter value. I will apply the same steps to other buttons. Actually, the player's health value is changed within the code when the player takes damage or heals. But I have prepared this setup in a simple way for you to understand the logic of the topic. If you wish, I can create a video about how to use health bar in a game. Alright, let's start the game and test the health bar. As you can see, the health bar is working basically. Let's make some improvements. First, I will create a text object to display our current health. I have created a text variable named health text. And I will update this text whenever the player's health value changes. Drag and drop the health text object into the slot. As you can see, the player's health exceeds the maximum health value and can also drop below 0. Let's see how we can solve this with just one line of code. We can keep the current health value within the minimum and maximum range using the mathclamp method. I want the current health value to be between 0 and maximum health value. As you can see, the current health value doesn't go beyond the limits we set. Let's add an animation to the health bar for a smooth transition. We can achieve this through various methods, but in this video, I want to show you how to do that using .win. It's really easy to do this with .win. Provide the target value as a parameter and specify how long it will take to reach the target value. I will create a float variable named fill speed. That's it. Save and go back to Unity. Set the fill speed and start the game. As you can see, the health bar is now updated smoothly. You can change the fill speed as you want. Let's add gradient color to the bar. I will create a gradient variable named color gradient. Every time the update health bar function is called, I will update the color of the fill object like this. Let's set the gradient colors. Change the mode as fixed. Alright, the gradient colors are ready. Let's test it. The gradient color change is working properly. If you want, you can achieve smooth color transitions using .win. As you can see, we have a very smooth color transition. Nice, horizontal health bar is ready. Now let's create a circle health bar. Delete the health bar object, and I'll create a new image named circle health bar. Set the size of the image and drag and drop the circle sprite into the slot. I'm gonna move the object up a little bit. Change the color of the image. Set the image type to filled. Set the fill method to radial. Select the canvas object and drag and drop the circle health bar object to the slot. That's it. Start the game. I hope the video has been helpful for you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next Unity tutorial.